Back at Talladega Superspeedway a moment ago, I might have mentioned Jeff Purvis involved in the incident. Purvis was not involved in the Porter Cable Chevrolet, the 51 car of Matt Hutter. That is Purvis's old number, 51. And a car of Matt Hutter involved, along with Jimmy Johnson, Mike Dillon, Hank Parker Jr., Derek Gilchrist, David Green, David Starr, and Jason Jarrett. Those are the 8 cars that we have officially listed as being involved in this lap 18 incident, bringing out caution for the first time today.
The signal, you saw the signal as we were going to break from the flagman. There's one more lap to go before the green. So we've come off turn 4, green flag about to wave.
Kenseth, who had to start shotgun on the field in the car number 17, advising Chevy all the way up to 9th spot as Matt Abernathy brings the green flag.
And you see all those cars up against the outside retaining wall. NASCAR rules on a restart, you can only pass to the right, so they're all up against the wall, so no one passes them before they get to the start-finish line. Now they can start passing. Go to it.
That restrictor plate takes about 2/3 of a lap for them to get up to speed. Here at massive 2.66-mile Talladega. There, Kevin Harvick up close and personal with Todd Bodine right on the Bob Evans restaurant bumper for Randy LaJoie. There's Harvick to the right side of your screen. A little bump drafting might have helped LaJoie.
Looked like he shot him out a couple of car lengths.
Like he was shot.
Out of canyon.
Yep. Eddie's famous line from a year ago. There's Lyndon Amick in the car number 35. He's making his way toward the front after starting toward the back of the pack. No qualifying here. Just joined us, the field was set by points and by provisionals from owners' points a year ago, and by qualifying draw. There was no qualifying because of the rain and inclement weather. They go 4 wide down the 4,000-foot back straightaway.
Looks like Kevin Harvick is off the pace. He's up front, and now these cars are shooting by him on the outside. Talking about the number 2 AC Delco car. Beside the 17, Joe Nemechek.
Watch Kenny Irwin make a move. Whoa, down to the bottom of the racetrack. Contact between Irwin and Tony Raines as Irwin went down on the flat part of the racetrack.
His choice was to get out of the gas or get on the brake or get that thing back up on the racetrack.
There's the Bell South Chevy going by. There's his teammate Blaze Alexander, the 81 car, the track phone Chevy. Both the Sapco cars running well.
That looks like Harvick is back up to speed, so I guess that he just was caught out of the draft momentarily. He's in the middle of it and seems to be keeping that 3 wide in the middle.
We told you it's a hold your breath racing here. Let's show you again. Watch Kenny Irwin, the 42 car, left side of your screen, head on the apron, and boom.
Wow. That's exactly how that accident happened up in turn 3 just a moment ago. This time, we're just lucky nothing like that happened. Watch Kenny Irwin on board, as you said, Ray. He's got a great run on these cars.
The draft just pulls him up there. It's like a vacuum. He's got momentum, and he needed to get back up on the racetrack before he got to that apron.
He got there, courtesy of the left side door of Tony Raines.
And I tell you, you don't want to rub those tires too much, because you puncture one, you're in big trouble.
Let's check into Randy LaJoie pits with Bill Weber.
Well, Randy LaJoie pitted. He got fuel only, but the left side of his car was dinged up pretty good. I talked to the crew. They said that's just LaJoie's style. At Daytona, at the end of the race, the car looked like it had competed at Martinsville. So his car is fine. It just doesn't look too good. Can't say the same for the 10 car Jeff Reed. He came down, was going to put right side tires only in fuel. Then they wanted to tear away the plastic cover on the windshield. When they did, it ripped in half. Jeff went ahead and took off, but said he could not race like that, so he had to make a second stop on pit road to take away the rest of the tearaway. Then he got left side tires and topped it off with fuel, went from the front back to 30-30, and worked his way back up to 28.
In the Busch Series drivers meeting prior to this race today, John Darby, Busch Series director, said, guys, Last week we were at short track at Nashville, and you drove like it was a game of checkers. Quick hops and quick jumps. Today, it's at Talladega. It's a chess game. You got to calculate and think about your moves before you make them. Pretty good advice, I think.
Now we see the 10 car that Bill Weber was talking about, Jeff Green, as he tries to fight his way back to the front. He was up to 30th spot that time. And look, how does he get through all those cars? Here's Joe Nemechek. The 87 car started back in 35th, is now up to the 3rd position.
In Daytona, he started 26th and finished 2nd in this same race car.
And not too very far back is Matt Kenseth in that 17 car, from going back all the way to the rear of the field at the start of the race.
There's a serial on Joe Nemechek, the former Busch Series champion, 1992 Series champion, former winner here. We mentioned there have been 8 races. 8 different drivers have won. Nemechek won this race 2 years ago from the pole. The time it's been won from the pole, there's his Sega the one Chevrolet holding 3rd, looking back at Bobby Hamilton Jr. Now, the first incident of the day involved David Green and 7 other drivers in turn 3. Unfortunately, Bill Weber, you've caught up with the driver that was possibly the most seriously concerned.
Well, a short day for the former Busch Series champion. You okay?
I'm fine, Bill. What happened, Dave? Hey, told myself I was going to stay in line. Help Todd and Randy LaJoy was going to stay in line. Be the last time I stay in line. Took me right to the back, and a lot of inexperienced gung-ho guys out there, and I got clipped in the right rear right there. I'm trying to stay out of trouble. I knew it was going to happen. He got clipped in the right rear and turned me right in the track, and after that it was along for the ride. But I want to say hi to my granddad. He's recovering today from some surgery, and hopefully Jeff will win this race today, and it'll be a good weekend.
Okay, so he's a cheerleader now for his brother. His car heavily damaged here in the garage.
Boy, David Green 5th in points coming in. Glad to see him being able to smile. That was a pretty violent impact he took there on the racetrack.
I cannot believe those guys are making that middle lane work like that. It's just not used to seeing cars be able to run in the middle without going all the way to the back.
Those are the comments of Ray Evernham, veteran crew chief, having won 3 Winston Cup championships with Jeff Gordon at Hendrick Motorsports. He is one of our expert analysts today, along with Benny Parsons. I'm Jerry Punch. We got Bill Weber and Ray Dunlap in the pits. Covering exciting Busch Series action from Talladega.
And we got Joe Nemechek trying to take over that 2nd spot. How about the 87 car? He has Bobby Hamilton Jr., the 26 behind him, trying to hook up in the draft. But meanwhile, Hornaday goes down. The leader goes down to try to help Kenny Wallace.
And that will help that 2nd pack running side by side, because Mike McLaughlin in the Gould's Pump Chevy is leading that 2nd pack. We're about 7th on back, and they are catching the leaders, and now they have caught that lead 7.
Bobby Hamilton choosing to run the 1999 style Monte Carlo. Looks like it was a good choice for him.
There's a look at Hamilton, the 26 car, running in 4th spot. 8th Carroll Motorsports. Hamilton started 6th in Daytona at the beginning of the year. They broke a rear shock mount at Daytona, weren't able to show what they could do, and now he is hung in the middle. We'll see if that middle groove will indeed work for Bobby Hamilton Jr. Here comes Kenny Wallace with drafting help from Mike McLaughlin and company. Can Wallace make it work on Hornaday?
Looks like he can. It looks like he got a great push from the 48 car. Now we see the 3 car Hornaday in the middle, and looks like he might have backed off a little bit going in turn 3. Now he's all the way back to about 5th position. I'll take that back to 3rd. I'll make that 6th. Happens quicker around here, folks.
It happens in a hurry on the high banks at Talladega as Kenny Wallace becomes our 4th different leader. And Matt Kenseth from 43rd on the field is in 2nd position, just like he did at Daytona. It heats up in a hurry at Talladega. 33 laps are in the books.